They say you need to capture an audience's attention within the first few seconds of a video, so here's some boobs. Now that I have your attention, sit down and listen to me review an anime that has way too much fan service titled Miss Caretaker of Sunohara-sou. Let's start with a nice little synopsis. This anime is about a boy named Aki who is tired of being treated like a girl because of his feminine appearance. So he decides to move to Tokyo for middle school, but the house he moves into is full of women. Like 4 or 5 of them. And you know what happens next? Obviously a lot of fan service, and that's basically it. That honestly wraps up this amazing synopsis, so let's jump into the review. Starting with the plot and story, all around I felt there wasn't much of a plot or a story. It's just the average slice of life stuff with fan service sprinkled in here and there. Each episode was the characters doing something different, trying to accomplish a different goal, if you want to call it a goal. And I think things always ended up a little bit wholesome. But like I said, I don't think there was much of a plot or a story, so I guess average score for that. Next up is the comedy. I think in my last video on Miss Caretaker of Sunohara-sou, I touched lightly on the comedy, saying that it was pretty hilarious, and I still think the comedy is good, but I wanted to elaborate a little bit more. I think the majority of the comedy has to do with fan service, and I guess sometimes it can be funny, but I'm not really into the whole fan service thing, and we will touch on that a little bit more here in a second. But I think the more subtle comedy was the funniest, like stuff that probably wasn't intended to be funny, but watching this anime with my partner also added to my overall enjoyment because they were getting all wide-eyed when some wild shit was on screen. Most certainly would recommend watching with someone who has very little experience with anime, but all around I thought the comedy was very solid and like really good. I don't really like fan service, but it was definitely really solid. Now we have to talk about the fan service. I also mentioned this in my last video on this anime, and I don't really like fan service to begin with, so obviously I didn't really enjoy it in this anime. But the fact that the main character Aki is in middle school and a good bit of the fan service involves him is pretty creepy. I'm sorry, but it really is. It's just kind of gross that, you know, middle school boy and these kind of like more grown characters. I think 3 of the characters are in middle school with him, but the caretaker Sunohara or whatever her name is, she was like involved in that fan service that involved Aki, so it was a little gross to me. I thought it was weird. I don't know, maybe it gets a pass because it's anime. I don't think so. I don't really like it, but what can you do? It's just how it goes sometimes. But there was a considerable amount of fan service every episode, and the majority of the scenes was fan service. So, you know, if you're looking for a fan service anime, I guess here you go. But yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Jumping over to the characters, Aki is your average fan service slice of life MC. He's embarrassed by everything, also trying to escape being treated like a girl. I think that whole thing is cool, like the aspect. It gives the character a little bit more substance, and you definitely can't hate on that. A little bit more substance is better than none. The caretaker, or Sunohara, is a pretty cool character. She's definitely there doing things. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. Also, you got the 3 other housemates that are in the student council. All 3 of them have their quirks that makes them a little unique. Yukimoto is like the hot-headed one who is always argumentative and loud, and the other 2 are just creeps. You're gonna have to take my word for it, but I have to say the characters are pretty good. I can't complain. A lot of them are really unique and got their own things going on, so that is definitely a solid thing. And for the most part, they're all good. Next is the art, animation, and sound design. The art is honestly really solid. I like how bright and colorful it is. Besides that, there isn't really anything crazy with the art. It's really solid. It feels like they kind of just turned the contrast up with this anime. I definitely enjoyed that. I like colorful anime, but all around the art is average. The animation is also very average. Nothing special there, but nothing to complain about. You got some bounce animation. I know some of you will really like that. And as always, because I'm terrible at reviewing anime, I didn't pay attention to the sound design at all, but I didn't notice anything off or weird, so we're just going to say it's good. All around, I enjoyed Miss Caretaker of Sunohara-sou. It has some redeeming qualities, and it's entertaining to watch. I do believe it's an average anime and more of a filler anime. It's not something you would watch right now, but I would definitely say put it on your list of anime you need to watch. But with all of that out of the way, it's time for the final review, I'm going to give Miss Caretaker of Sunohara-sou a 6 out of 10. Not the most innovative anime in the world, but it's pretty entertaining, and if your standards are not the highest in the world and you're looking for some comedy, slice of life, fan service stuff with some unique characters, I would definitely suggest watching it. I don't think it'll disappoint you. It's got a couple good things going on for it, but that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Check the description for all my links. I'll also drop a synopsis for this anime down there as well. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.